It's finally here. The very first Poppy Playtime Smiling Critter action figures has finally arrived after many months of waiting since I did the news video of actually releasing the images for these dudes. But now Fat Mojo has recently released on Epic Drops the 2-pack for DogDay and CatNap for the Smiling Critter action figures. Do not mind why mine looks like it just got beaten up for, no reason. Like, don't mind that. But yeah, as you guys can see here, this is a 2-pack, and I gotta be fully honest, it does look a lot bigger in person than it actually, looks like on the website. I definitely gotta admit that. I will do a comparison with the mystery minis before, but first of all, first glance, it looks really good. I do like DogDay a lot more than CatNap, of course. But of course, choking hazards for, of course, kids under 3 years old. It is DogDay and CatNap, with the only accessory being the TV for some reason. I would have liked to see other accessories. But of course, ages 6 and plus, and when you go and turn it around, it just shows the box art, shows some cartoon art for DogDay, art for, of course, CatNap, and then the Poppy Playtime Smiling Critter logo being the merch kind of logo we've been seeing usually used for merch. But this just includes 2 figures and 1 accessory, of course, an officially licensed Poppy product, And if you want to go and buy it, there is a link in the description for it. I'm pretty sure it's an affiliate link too, so you help me out when you go and buy it too. So it's a W, But of course, shows Mob Entertainment, Fat Mojo, Barcode, all this other stuff. I have no idea if it's gonna be popping up in stores anytime soon. Most likely Walmart and Target, but just give it a few months. But you could go and get an Epic Drops right now for $20, of course. Not sponsored. I had to pay for this. But yeah, let me just stop yapping and actually open this up. And yes, it's already been kind of open because how poorly managed and shipped it was. But oh, that's cool. It has a handle so you can actually hold a TV. I was about to start complaining how they look like they could hold something, but there's nothing for them to actually hold. But then they hit us with the hand on TV, so that's good. But look at them. They're absolutely huge, man. Let me just go and rip them out. This is DogDay, of course. DogDay, you just chill there. And we got CatNap here. I just love it so far. Of course, CatNap's face looks a little bit off, but I'll talk about that later. And then the TV. So yeah, that's everything. That's literally just it. It's pretty simple. Okay, so looking at this, just of course on the first glance, I'm gonna be looking at DogDay first because I feel like DogDay is definitely a lot better. This is the figure. He, like I said, is really big. This is my hand. This is the DogDay figure. Of course, he is pretty big. It's not a small figure at all. For $20, I do think it's definitely really worth it because look at it. He has lots of posability, but it is pretty difficult to move his limbs for some reason. I feel like I'm gonna break it. This top limb is really good. You can move it, sideways, left and right with the joints there. It has great posability with that, of course. But when it comes to his elbow here, it's just not wanting to go. I feel like I'm gonna break it if I do that. But I guess I have to. Oh no, that's definitely gonna pop off if I do that. I feel like it's gonna pop off. His other hand is also kind of having the same issue where he just does not want to bend there. That does kind of suck. Come on, just bend, please. There it goes. Okay, so it does bend, but it's maybe you just have to bend it once. Okay, yeah. It's definitely very, very difficult to get him to just move this joint, but it is possible. Just once you get the hang of it, it gets really easy, I guess, once you kind of pop it once. But yeah, I don't know if it's a molding issue, but it's definitely an issue where you have to do it once to do it multiple times, but also your hands could get sore because doing it too. That looks so wrong. But yeah, DogDay has this sun charm here. Not metallic or anything like that, but I wasn't expecting it to really be since it's based off the cartoons. You can see his necklace there, and also his legs don't have as much posability, but it still has some with his whole foot here being able to, just turn around 360. Of course, showing the, what is that, Mob Entertainment and Fat Mojo in the bottom, being pretty neat. But yeah, you could just twist both of his feet, just 360 here too, with his legs not being able to do the splits, but still able to move and have good posability. We could have him sit down, you could have it look like he's running, or just doing the somewhat squats. So how is that possible? Don't ask me. I don't know how that's possible. But of course, his head could also turn 360, and that's pretty much it. It's a very posable action figure, and the painting, the detail, and the molding is just really great. I really do love the way his molding is. You can see the back of his ears. You can even see his dog tail here. It's just really good. If you're a DogDay fan, you just want to have a figure on a shelf, which I'm probably going to do because, like, of course I collect things, I'm a collector. But compared to the Mystery Mini, this is how the Dog Day Mystery Mini looks compared to the action figure. I do wish his eyes or pupils were a little bit bigger, but like, you can see the size different. It's really huge, and it's not like it's a crazy price difference either. That's why I definitely would recommend the action figure. But then when it comes to CatNap here, CatNap also has the same thing with the whole arms and posability, since it's like the exact same body mold. Same thing with the feet, the same twisting there. It was a little bit more rougher, but still has that same twisting there. And the legs kind of do the exact same thing with also having a room for a stand. So it doesn't come with any stands for some reason. Maybe that was a plan that they had, but then canceled it last second or something. But it looks like they definitely had a plan for that, but that's gone sadly. But it has the same posability, of course, for the legs here. You can see CatNap has his moon charm here, just with the necklace there. But also, he has his tail, which sadly cannot move around 360. That is pretty sad. I don't know why I was expecting it to just go move around 360. But no, it's molded in there. And it's not as long as, of course, it is in the game. But yeah, it's still pretty cool. It's also bendy and flexible, but like not in a bad way where you feel like it could break off, but in an okay way where it's just like there and it's pretty tough still. But of course, his head molding is the one thing that's, of course, the main issue. Like, the ears are really good. I do like the way the mouth is. It's just something with the eyes, just not as, like, it's more, like, wide versus more, like, circle. I guess if you look at both of these, you could kind of go and see how this one's a lot more wider open, looking a lot more terrifying, but it helps because it's supposed to be a scary, you know, wide awake type character, so it definitely does help. So I can't really be complaining about that, but also the mouths, like, don't go fully in. It kind of has this dark wall. It would have been cool since you could see with the molding that it looks like it could go deeper, but they kind of just, like, did that with the molding. I don't know if that would have been difficult to mold because, you know, I don't study injection molding. But yeah, it is still, you know, that's still pretty cool. Dog Day, don't worry about him. He's fine. But the joints are the same thing with Dog Day where you just can't... Okay, there it goes. You just have to, like, do it once or twice. Look, here, it sounds like he's snapping his neck or something. Like, it sounds like he's breaking a joint or something. But once you get it fully working, it definitely works. But you have to, like do that. Just, like, crack his arm, break his arm first, and then you're able to go and move his arm a lot more once you're actually able to. Like, damn, why is that difficult? Yeah, you can still get it to work, but yeah, that's pretty neat. But the TV here, or the accessory here, is sadly just this, the Smiling Critter TV, which has the sticker from the ad of all the smiling critters. You know, at least you don't have to put the sticker on, at least it's already there, but it could definitely get scratched off because it's just easily put on, you know. So like, it would have been better if it was printing. A sticker can easily get ruined with water, the sun, and of course just wear and tear with the scratches. I can easily scratch this off. Like, I could easily do that. I don't want to do it because I want to keep it as a collecting piece, but like, you could. It has some just, you know, easy molding, like the on and off button, volume, ports. Of course, you can see here, it has just the vents for the air for the TV, and of course, any of the smiling critter could just go and put it in their hand, and it should be able to easily snap on like that, and that's it. They're holding an oversized TV for the show for some reason. Why? Because why not? You know, you could have like this, so you could be like, go and subscribe to the channel, because if you want to stay tuned for more reviews and more different videos like that, you know, subscribing will really help. Self-insert? Hell yeah. But yeah, not just CatNap, of course, Dog Day can also hold it too once you're able to get it off. Of course, Dog Day has the exact same hands. It would have been cool if they had their own accessories, you know, with each character, like maybe, I don't know, something different, like CatNap having gas, or a little model of the like plush in-game plush. But yeah, you can see any of them can hold it. Like, subscribe, or, you know, bad things will happen. That's a good reason to subscribe, right? But yeah, I do think it's me for this video. But yeah, I do think it's me for this video. You guys can let me know in the comments below what you guys do think about the CatNap and Dog Day action figure. Will you be getting it? And if you already did, you guys can let me know in the comments below what you guys do think about it, of course. Don't mind that. I definitely rate them a 9 out of 10 just because I feel like some of the molding could be a little bit different, and of course ease of use and accessories. But beside that, this would have been definitely a perfect 10 out of 10. I definitely would recommend it if you're a Smiling Critter fan, or just want new Puppy Playtime action figures where we wait for the whole collab with McFarlane and Funko to eventually happen. So for now, this is the best we got, but we could be getting a lot better. But yeah, that's really it. You guys can let me know in the comments below what you guys do think. Don't forget to watch this video here to see the Mystery Mini box opening. And of course, if you're here, to stay tuned for the news video where you can learn about all the brand new merch companies.